Hello there, my very good friends. I'm Andy. This is Adam. We're back with another Q&A. You had questions. We've got answers. Let's go.
First question today comes from Forceman 4077, who writes, do you think LA Knight is destined to be the next Zack Ryder, Mizdow or Rusev Day? Oh God, a wrestler that got themselves massively over but was never given a chance because they weren't picked by those in charge to get over? Or will he join the likes of Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan Danielson, to be willed into the title picture by the fans?
Yeah, I thought this would be a really interesting one to start off with because it's a guy who's at the forefront of the conversation at the moment, but he's not really had the signature win as of yet, so I think it's a very valid talking point. I will say that I think this would have been a lot likelier 2 or 3 years ago when the demented old billionaire didn't have his son-in-law as a filter. And yeah, the examples you've mentioned give credence to that. Zack Ryder was incredibly over, a lot of it on his own back with the work he was doing with the YouTube series and stuff. And what happened to him? Kane shoved him off the edge of the stage in a wheelchair.
Great bump.
Yeah, what the hell? So yeah, I mean, there's
Rusev Day, they're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you. No, we're laughing with you.
Yeah, we love these guys. What's going on? So there is credence, and I could not blame anyone for feeling cynical about this, perhaps. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think that the Triple H clearly loves the guy.
Yes.
And I think that he will do everything in his power to make sure that something big does happen with him. Obviously, Vince, who tried to make him a manager because he felt he was too old, which is another concern, could come along at any time and go, no, you are in this big feud, bugger off over here. He has the power to do that, but I have faith in LA Knight.
Yeah, I think bare minimum LA Knight will have been a world champion by the end of 2024, probably, if not sooner. Obviously people are annoyed about the Money in the Bank thing, but I think looking back now, it actually made a lot of sense. I also think in the interim, you're going to have some sort of mid-card run, probably with the US title for LA Knight. But I'm not as worried about him, like you say, as I would have been in 2019 or whatever.
20 anything that isn't 22 or 23.
Yes, exactly. I think, someone like Triple H, he didn't outright say when they were like, why didn't LA Knight win the briefcase? What did he say? Good things come to those who wait, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So I think
story never ends.
They know it. They're not just going, what noise for LA Knight? They know what they're doing. And I think as long as that old bastard doesn't take complete control, they're going to nail it.
As long as dumbass doesn't interfere, it'll be okay. Let's go on to our second question of the video. Let us know what you think with LA Knight down below. Is he going to become the new Zack Ryder? Is he going to get his moment? Is he going to be the top guy? Or is he going to be just a guy? Let us know down below.
Should he win the title at WrestleMania?
Ooh, fire in, fire up, pick it, pack it. I don't know, that's
Take it, talk it, put it in your pocket.
There you go, Cypress Hill clean version. Daniel Lopez has asked the following. Yo, what up, my dudes? Who has had the better run? Okay, I want to throw you in the deep end straight away. Better title run, Gunther or Orange Cassidy? Go.
Oh.
No matter what you say, you're going to piss someone off, so let's do it.
I really like what Gunther's done for the IC title, so I'm going to say him because for so many years it was like, now it's time, now it's going to be the real workhorse title, and nothing happened. Now it feels like arguably a bigger prize than the World Heavyweight Championship in my eyes, just because the way he's just become this unkillable. That we were talking about it on the Raw review this week when he faced Riddle. I think it was non-title anyway. The fact it was like, now Imperium banned from ringside and a fully fit Matt Riddle, and he just wrecked him. And you're like, okay. I don't know what's going to happen here. I think he should break Honky Tonk Man's record. I think Drew McIntyre should be a valiant loss. Sorry again, Drew, but you need to turn heel, in my opinion. And Orange Cassidy, look, all respect to him. Ridiculous amount of title defenses. And still incredibly entertaining every time he does his thing. I think he's showcased that he's more than just a one-trick pony, because I think, it's all well and good saying he puts his hands in his pockets and then he does a dive. But look at the list of people he's worked with and beat and the matches he's had.
It's different every time as well.
Idiots on the internet, because certain people say so, will go, he's not a very good wrestler. Have a word, mate.
Yeah, I completely agree. I actually, Gunther is my answer as well. But I think both of these are excellent. I think these are like, at minimum, 2 of the 3 best title reigns in wrestling right now. Maybe 2 of the 5 best, I don't know. They're really great. Both of them are sick, and they're like, to me, they are proof that there are two great ways, or at least two great ways to book a mid-card title reign, right? Orange Cassidy wrestles basically every single week, right? He's got defense on Dynamite, Rampage, or Collision almost all the time. And he's got something like 25, 26 defenses already. Like he is properly doing the whole workhorse gimmick. He's just busting his ass. It's reflected in how tired he's making himself look on screen.
He looks like Adam Cole over Survivor Series weekend when he was just held together by tape.
Bedraggled.
Like 2019, I think.
Yeah, he looks like this title reign started in 2019. He's so burned out. It's awesome. Like, it factors into the story. And like, he proved to me a long time ago that he's not just a gimmick.
No.
Every single match has something different. It's a different way of doing the shtick.
Yes.
He'll do the hands in pockets thing and then flip it on his head and do something cool with it. I think Orange Cassidy is absolutely incredible. But the other way of doing just a wonderful mid-card title reign in 2023 is what Gunther's doing, which is fewer title defenses, not as often, but everyone is kind of built up to feel like an occasion. It's not really like busting his ass doing 15 minutes a night, brother. It's doing 15 minutes once a month to make it feel like a big whole thing. And that suits his presentation, because when he comes down with the imposing music and the ring announcement from Ludwig Kaiser and the lighting and everything else, it's a spectacle. And you got the workhorse over here. I think they're both sick. I have a slight preference for Gunther's reign, but I love them both.
And ironically, he's the man to end Gunther's reign. It's Orange Cassidy. He's going to jump over to WWE.
He's going to squash him. It's going to be great. Orange squash, eh?
Yeah.
That joke's never been made before. Anyway.
Nick Rosser gives us our next question. Who's having the talk to John about blading, writes Nick. Should Renee and Eddie stage an intervention? Should -1 protect the crowd from MJF with a kendo stick? I do feel a bit sorry for Moxley in terms of he's gone to AEW. Obviously, he's done some great things in the interim, but now these rules are coming in, arguably going to handcuff him a little bit. And yeah, he's always said about, getting bust open on a weekly basis. We're in a fight. People bleed when they're in a fight, and I can see where he's coming from.
He did that interview, then like a week later, these regulations came in. Poor guy. I put this in because we've not really spoken about these regulations on a video. We've been off and stuff, and I think it's quite interesting. First of all, who's having the intervention? Probably his dog. Have you seen John Moxley's dog? Gigantic unit of a thing. That's having a word, 100%. Shoutouts to the dog. The regulations, I don't think will have as big an impact as a lot of people think.
No.
I think people looked at them, and like a lot of people got the wrong end of the stick from the Fightful report and took, because there was a whole section where it was like, you just have to check before you do these.
Yeah, there was a banned section that was like chair shots to the head, which is like, well, yeah obviously.
Things that will kill you.
But people read the word banned and then skipped to like halfway through the article and went, oh my God, I can't believe going into the crowd's banned. It's not. They just need to say, yeah, you can do it.
Exactly. And I think that ultimately, these are things that will benefit AEW and the performers, because if you, for example, aren't filtering big ideas, if you have 4 people blade on the same show, that it's not going to matter as much when you get to the main event and the 4th person's done it. The first person, you might go, oh my God, but then it repeats.
Britt Baker getting tapped with a kendo stick whilst Adam Cole's handcuffed. Oh, big whoop.
Yeah, exactly. It feels tame. So the level of excess does need to be toned down a little bit, and I think John Moxley is a great enough I think he's the best wrestler in the world, quite honestly. For me, personally. We can argue. It's fine. I think that he is good enough to get around that 100%. I think everyone is. But yeah, John Moxley's dog is probably having the word with him, I would say.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I think it's going to be a Renee and Eddie tag team talking through it, and also I having time to percolate with this over the weekend.
What was that?
Percolate.
Okay.
Because me and the Dadleys, and we talked about it on WrestleCulture as well with Adam Nicholas, sort of said, oh, it's a shame this sort of improvisation side is going to go. And then I thought about it more, and I thought, well, no, actually, you don't have to do the whole, here's the match planned out for every possible permutation. You just say, right, me and Andy are going to have a fight, and we're probably going to brawl into the crowd. Is that all right? And if whilst we're in the crowd, I feel like the moment's right to hoy a bin at Andy's head. Is that all right? Like, it's not going to be, we're going to go here and do, it's not everyone has to do the beginning, middle, and end of every match that they have. Yeah. They'll just go, is it all right? Or is anyone planning to do bin stuff?
That's a good way to do it. It's a really good way to do it, if you ask me. And hey, if you're wondering where these questions are coming at you from, if you haven't already guessed from the screenshots, YouTube community, we're gonna maybe do one of these like every week or something.
Yeah, I enjoy them.
They're fun. So look out for the threads on the YouTube community. And by the way, if you subscribe, you will get those pinged straight to your app You won't want to miss out.
Yeah.
We pick 10 a time for this one. I've done 10 names I didn't recognize before.
Yeah.
I like to show the love. So shout outs to our regular contributors. I saw you in the questions. But we, just giving some new voices a chance to ask some chaos. Is it my question now?
I think so.
Or is it yours? Yeah, it's mine.
Yes.
Okay, this is Big Jezzer has been on. Okay. Hello, Human and Adam. Okay. Is there any wrestler that most people love that you just don't understand why?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our thumbnail.
Yeah, here we go. Mine is Moxley. Fair play. He's my favourite. I've just called him the best in the world. Jezza doesn't.
Shall I just say it for the thumbnail? I think John Moxley's kind of overrated, to be honest, guys. Right, put that as the thumbnail. No, I'm not. No, I'm not going near that.
Loads of people would agree with you.
Yeah.
That's fair play.
So I have a legacy one and I have a current one.
Whoa,
and
baby.
they're both sackable offences.
Okay.
Bret Hart.
Whoa. What?
Hear me out, guys, right?
Okay.
I did not watch Bret Hart growing up, right? Because obviously I was too young to see him in WWF. And then when he rose up in WCW, brilliant, congratulations. I didn't watch WCW, right?
Yeah, he got his head kicked off by Goldberg.
So I'm there and people are going, I'm like, yeah, this Bret Hart guy. And I'm like, who? Like, I like The Rock, so probably the best wrestler of all time. But I subsequently was like, yeah, he's quite good. He's quite good. And the what was the forgotten tape called? With him bumping all over the place.
I can't even
When he was showcasing, I've forgotten his name. I'll Google it in a second.
Oh, Tom McGee.
Tom McGee.
Yeah.
And I was like, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
I'd
that.
already seen it prior to that, but it's sort of a personification of like, nah, I'm really glad that, basically, I'm really glad Twitter wasn't around when I was, because you imagine digging that up. I just get the job at WhatCulture, which I'll just search his old tweets. Bret Hart can't work. Huh? Like the bosses would have been like, yeah, we're going to rescind that offer. Right now, Hangman Adam Page.
Oh, no, you're gonna die.
I loved his feud with Kenny Omega. I really enjoyed his world title reign, but for me right now, he's kind of like, I'm just like, eh. Maybe it's because I'm a punker. That's probably what it is, isn't it?
I love it.
That's probably what it is. But either way, we'll get a thumbnail like that, won't we?
Oh, 100%.
Go on then, you put your head above the parapet.
Yeah, so like I thought this was a really good question because we would get that. But
We got it.
You got Hangman Page and Bret Hart. Jeez. But like when I kind of break it down, right, wrestlers I don't get. So there are some wrestlers that I'm not as into as much as the wider world is. So like Jay White is a good example of that.
Yeah.
But like, and the tag team matches recently have been phenomenal, don't get me wrong. But I can look at his work and go, okay, I understand why people love this.
Yes.
Like, and early in the Bloodline saga, I wasn't as into it as much as other people, but I would still be like, oh, no, I get why this is clicking. So like, it's quite a hard question to answer for me. So I've gone with one, and this is no disrespect to the man because he's done wonderful things, and I've been a big fan of his earlier in his career, but modern day Shinsuke Nakamura, I don't quite understand the clamor for him to get a bigger position on the card, a bigger push and everything else. Because to me, I watch Nakamura and I watch a guy who literally in WWE peaked in his first match with Sami Zayn, who has been on a gradual physical decline for years and years and years, who to me seems quite happy just hanging out on the mid-card, doing his thing, not really busting an ass and all of this stuff. I don't see where the clamor for him to have a bigger slice of the pie comes from because I don't think the output merits it. But I'm more than willing to have my mind changed on that.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll come out with something cool and I'll be like, oh, that was a great match. Okay, Nakamura's back. I don't know.
Already can predict either in my Twitter mentions or in the comments section right now, people saying, Adam Wilmore's meant to be a wrestling journalist and he doesn't like Hangman Page, what an idiot. I'm not a wrestling journalist. I make noises on the internet. Not even words, just noises.
Don't we all?
I know a lot in the WhatCulture office. Thanks Braxton Taylor 5161 for this question, especially Adam and his hatred of light tubes.
Yeah.
I think they're rubbish. Aren't particularly into death matches, so I'm curious, what are your favourites and what makes them stand out? Good question for you, this.
This is a really good question to dive into. Like, I wouldn't say that I dislike death matches as a concept. I think that they're just, a lot of them are not really catered to my taste. So I quite like the death matches where the point isn't just to spam like a bunch of blood and guts, right? The point isn't just to, we're gonna explode 2 million light tubes and there's scissor boards and it's just gratuitous, right? There's an element of that where it's spamming bad stuff.
Yes,
it's like a spot fest with guts. I like the ones where the plunder is slowly built towards.
Okay.
Right? And it's like a looming threat. It's like this terrible thing is going to happen and it's gonna happen once.
Yes.
And we're gonna tease it the whole way. So with that in mind, my favorite death match of all time, and I really think it's something that people should go and check out, is Terry Funk and Atsushi Onita, the original exploding ring gimmick. Years and years old. Like, it's not a long match whatsoever, but the way they kind of just build to the thing that you know is going to happen.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, the finish is just the most incredible match finish of all time as well, but it's a beautiful piece of work. I like those kind of death matches where it's like there's a sword hanging, the sword of Damocles is hanging. It's not just chop in the whole match, it's happening once.
Yeah, you should be fighting tooth and nail to go nowhere near that, not just going, bollocks, let's just take a bump into it.
Exactly. So, you got any favorite death matches, brother?
I mean, I like the lights out matches in AEW. Yeah. Because, like, I know
Paige and Lance Archer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was quite gratuitous, well, to be fair.
There was an, I'm not sure if it was a Texas death match, maybe. There was an Archer Moxley one where Archer, I think, won the US title, the New Japan US title. Quite like that one as well, because Moxley was like, well, I would get up, but I literally can't. But yeah, anything with light tubes is straight out for me. I think light tubes are the bane of wrestling.
You're not a light tube guy.
Nope. Especially not when I watched that documentary and he's fighting Nick Gage, is Arquette.
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah.
So I interviewed David Arquette, a lovely man.
Yeah.
And really, really close to dying. Don't use light tubes, kids.
Yeah, Nick Gage, man. You listen, you entered Nick Gage's world.
Yeah.
What can you do? Pizza cutters galore.
Don't show adverts for Domino's, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was really funny. Let's zip through a couple here. We got another one here from Nishant Sharma, who asks the following. With AEW's Warner deal, do you think that WBD will eventually push for a more sports entertainment-like product? And if so, who do you think AEW's first major homegrown crossover star will be?
I think naturally, they're going to try and smooth off some edges. But I think also they'll probably be aware and will be told on numerous occasions by the likes of TK or the Bucks or Kenny Omega or whoever it may be. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why we broke out on our own in the first place. That we weren't just like when TNA were just like, look at us, we're like WWE, but the ropes are a different color.
The ring is a cube.
Yeah.
It's not a cube. A hexagon.
But yeah, so I think there's going to be a little bit of friction, arguably. Homegrown star. Ooh, I mean MJF's the obvious one to like just put him anywhere near a camera and people go like, sorry, who's this guy? What's he doing? What's he talking about? I watched the clip of him on Impractical Joe because it just popped up in my YouTube suggestions recently, and I was just like, I know I'm biased, he's my best friend, but he just comes through the screen basically. He's someone who, if they were just like, very quickly before we go to the weather on this local news channel, let's have one word from MJF, and he'd say one thing, and you'd be like, right, let's hear more from that guy. It's gonna be him, but I love of Ricky Starks and people like that, and who knows? Like the pillars are there for a reason. I think Darby Allin will get intrigue, but he's not going to be the person who you go, we need to fill 5 minutes on this thing. People are going to be like, he's weird and different. I like him. That's why he's been so popular with the kids.
And I don't think he'd want to be that guy either. I think that Warner will ask them to do more stuff, roughing off the edges. Yeah. I don't think they will ask them to be more sports entertainment like or more like WWE. I think that when people talk about what AEW needs to do to grow, and they talk, and it's always like they need to be more like WWE. They need to do this. Nah, they need to be the opposite. The company's supposed to be an alternative. I think that if they just copied WWE and had more sport, and it's already a pretty sports entertainment kind of product. If they did more of that, it would feel like a cheap imitation, which is exactly right. That's where Impact went wrong.
Yes, exactly. If you want to know more about AEW and why it became so popular in the beginning, check out Becoming All Elite, The Rise of AEW by our very own Michael Sidgwick, available on Amazon wherever you are.
Secret about that book, Ghost Rider, the eel. Heard it here
You
first.
proofread it, actually, technically. Dono TY2JD says, hello, WhatCulture Bald and WhatCulture Hair.
Oh, we are FTR now.
For now. I hope you two are having an amazing day. If you had the power to force one title change across WWE or AEW, what would you change? We're going a bit long on this video, so I'm going to try and save time here. Let's say one at the same time. I reckon we're going to say the same person, okay?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
LA Knight, Austin Theory.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did it in the wrong order.
Basically.
But yeah.
That.
100%.
Next
100%.
question. Thank you for the question, though, Dono.
Big agree.
But we were always going to agree on that one.
Jack Manox 7805 has been on. Do you think the stigma of Lol TNA is why Impact talent don't get a bigger seat at the table? And if the company's current product doesn't change people's opinions, what will? I've got a simple answer for this. Aside from the years and years and years of crap of Hogan and Bischoff and all the rubbish and everything else, big problem with Impact, their TV deals for for years have stunk.
Yes.
If you're on a crap TV network, no one's going to watch your show because no one knows it exists.
Yes.
That's a big problem. How do they get on a bigger one? I have no idea, but that's, to me, primary issue.
Yeah, perfect example of I enjoy watching Taskmaster here in the UK. It used to be on Dave, and then it moved to Channel 4. But because I'm a very casual viewer, I was just like, I guess Taskmaster's not a thing now. Oh wait, it's over here on Channel 4. If you're a casual TNA, Impact, whatever you want to call it, fan, you aren't going to be like, oh, it's on Pop, or it's on an invented channel now, or whatever.
They've been on so many channels,
yeah,
man.
that's a real problem. But I hope that they cut through more, because they've got, they got the likes of Trinity Fatu, Joe Hendry is someone who pops off on social media on regular occasions and breaks through to the more casual audience, like I say.
Great women's division.
Yeah, they've
good tag
got
division.
some real talents in there.
It's a good company.
I don't know what to do though, because when they were like, right, we're TNA, now we're Impact, were they Anthem for really like a week? Or was that just the management
Global
company?
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Anthem is the company that owns
That was it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the solution is, if I'm perfectly honest. I feel bad to just say, just keep plugging away, but
need some stars.
we still do
need some
recover
more
it.
Stars as well.
We did Slammiversary ups and downs on the channel. You can go and check that out right now, and they've got some. Yeah, whatever you do, just don't go back to the old days and don't get Bischoff and the likes of Hogan back, because I get how they sold you on it, but we could all. I know now I've got the benefit of hindsight, but I could have told you at the time.
That would be some people's solution as well, though. Like, some people would go, oh, hey, we need to get some people who know wrestling. They need to get Dutch Mantel or Vince Russo or whoever in, and it's like, that is the opposite of what a modern wrestling company needs to do to progress in 2023. Get the dinosaurs in the bin, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, is it you?
Yeah, I think it's me.
Yeah.
Final question.
Two
from me,
more,
I believe.
baby.
It comes from Connor Chameleon 8364. Thank you, Connor, for your question.
Connor. Yep.
If you were a wrestler and there were no physical limits, what would you want your finisher to be?
Thought about this. My no physical limits. I'm taking this literally. I would move so fast that you can't see the movement. So therefore, it would be a low blow.
Very good.
Kick you in the balls so quick, the referee doesn't notice. You're not kicking out. Done.
No.
Boom.
See, I didn't think of it like that. So mine's a kind of a basic answer. I always loved Jake Atlas's finisher.
Yes.
They're like, I don't know what it's technically called, but he's like a handspring off the top rope and DDT him.
The flippy dippy.
It was great.
Yeah.
Really like that. Or the Pepsi plunge. I'm not taking it, and there's no physical.
Burning hammer on concrete. Yeah. But yeah, the lightning dick kick. That's mine.
Yeah. And I really, really like the End of Days and feel like Drew McIntyre probably shouldn't have kicked out of it.
Silly Drew, what are you doing? Final question of the video comes to you from Brizzlemania. Brizzlemania asking, with all the revolving pieces around the bloodline and the main faces a part of the bloodline story, why couldn't there be and who should win a fatal four-way match between Reigns, Jey Uso, Cody and Sami at WrestleMania?
How long have we got?
Short answer from me, at least. You can go as long as you want. Cody should finish the story, and for him to finish the story, it should be one-on-one.
Yep.
Roman's fall should be alone. Everyone's left him. Why not do this at Elimination Chamber in the chamber with two more people?
Ooh.
Kevin and Goldberg, I don't know. But yeah. What you got?
That's really good. Yeah. I'm the older I get, the more like do I get? Because when I was a bit younger, I was like, bollocks, have a triple threat, have a 4-way, who cares? World title matches should be one-on-one. Just a good old-fashioned build. Goodie and a baddie or an issue or a thing that's been building over the time. It has to be Cody and Roman at WrestleMania 40. I don't necessarily think you have to have Cody win the Royal Rumble either. I think organically you can have him be like...
You can get there.
Yeah.
You could even do this 4-way at the Royal Rumble and have like Cody's gonna win, but Roman pushes him out of the way and takes the fall, and then you build to Mania. LA Knight wins the Rumble. Faces Seth. We just saved the world.
Solo Sikoa is his final act as being a part of this, bloodline. Saves him from a win from Cody Rhodes, and then Roman pins Jay or whatever. It can't be a 4-way. I'm sorry. It cannot be a 4-way where Cody Rhodes wins the title. I still book him. No, bollocks. If it's a 4-way, have Sammy win for all I care, because you've already ruined the story. But yeah, WrestleMania 40, one-on-one, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. All the bloodline have left. And also, I know people have said, like, well, isn't that like Cody sort of picking the bones after all the bad stuff's happened? No, I think the story that hopefully they'll try and tell is no one could have beaten Roman when he had the bloodline behind him, but now he is human.
Yes, it's perfect. And I think... I don't think it undermines anyone in any way whatsoever. People are there to be built up so they can then be knocked down. It's pro wrestling, baby. That's how it works.
Yeah, I love this story, and I was there with you in the moment, guys. But I am kind of thinking that WWE can feel quite a large deal of vindication not putting the title on Cody at 39.
And you know what would make you feel vindication? You check this bad boy out right here. It's been here for 20 minutes. You've probably already clicked on it. See you later.
Bye.
20 seconds. Bye.